Paris and Taehyung, the perfect combination. The fashion world can't stop talking about him. Paris, the city of lights, art, and timeless fashion, has witnessed countless icons walk through its golden streets. Yet, when Kim Taehyung of BTS, known to millions as V, arrived in the French capital, something shifted in the atmosphere. It wasn't just another celebrity visit. It was a phenomenon, an intersection between art and soul, music and elegance, all embodied in one man who seems to redefine the boundaries of what it means to be a global icon. As cameras flashed and whispers turned into collective gasps, the world saw Taehyung in his element. Calm yet magnetic. Simple yet impossibly captivating. He wasn't trying to steal the spotlight, yet the spotlight bent toward him naturally. Dressed in a minimalist brown shirt trimmed with black and holding a piece of art titled Paris, Taehyung looked like he stepped out of a cinematic frame. A living portrait of serenity and sophistication. Paris has always celebrated beauty, but this time, it felt as if Paris itself was celebrating him. The moment Taehyung's photos surfaced online, social media platforms exploded. Words like masterpiece, art incarnate, and the man who belongs to Paris trended worldwide. Fans and critics alike couldn't help but marvel at how effortlessly he merged into the city's aesthetic. Paris, known for its luxury and poise, found its human reflection in Taehyung. Poised, mysterious, and ethereal in a way that feels almost unreal. The restaurant where he was seen wasn't just another luxury venue. It was a temple of elegance where conversations about fashion, art, and innovation flowed like fine wine. Yet amid all that, all eyes seemed to drift toward the man with the serene gaze, flipping through a magazine that spelled Paris on its cover. He wasn't posing. He wasn't performing. But he was creating a story, one that would ripple across the world. Observers noted that Taehyung has this unique power to make simplicity feel grand. His calm demeanor, his neatly styled black hair, the subtle accessories on his wrist, everything felt intentional yet effortless. As one fan beautifully wrote, Taehyung doesn't need to chase beauty. He is beauty. The photo sparked endless theories and admiration. Some fans wondered if his visit was tied to an upcoming project with a major fashion house. Others speculated it was part of a quiet collaboration between BTS and European art circles. But one thing was certain, wherever Taehyung goes, art follows. In Paris, the fashion elite tend to be hard to impress. But when Taehyung steps into a room, even the most seasoned designers and models can't help but stop and stare. His aura transcends language, culture, and industry, a universal form of elegance that feels timeless. The fashion world knows this. And it's why whispers of V and Celine, V and Louvre, or even V and Paris Fashion Week circulate like sacred rumors. There's something poetic about how Taehyung's presence fits Paris so perfectly. The city that once inspired artists like Monet and Picasso now finds itself inspired by a modern-day muse. One whose artistry manifests not just in music, but in every gesture, glance, and step. As fans revisited his earlier Paris moments. From attending Celine's shows to strolling by the Seine, it became clear that his connection with the city runs deeper than fashion or fame. Paris is a place where beauty meets mystery, and Taehyung embodies both in the purest form. People in the cafe that day described the energy as magnetic. Even those who didn't recognize who he was felt compelled to look. One woman later shared online, "I didn't know he was famous, but I couldn't stop watching him. There was something about his calmness, like he belonged there, as if Paris was built for him." And perhaps, in some poetic sense, it was. Taehyung's relationship with aesthetics has always been distinct. Unlike many who rely on glamour, he exudes luxury through restraint. His sense of style is never loud, yet it echoes louder than any designer label. In a world obsessed with noise, Taehyung speaks softly, and still, everyone listens. The photo of him holding the Paris cover became symbolic. Fans interpreted it as an unspoken statement that Paris isn't just a city he visits, but a part of his artistic identity. He doesn't need to say he loves Paris, one tweet read. Paris says it loves him. What sets him apart isn't just his visual appeal. It's the way he carries time, slow, graceful, deliberate. Every time Taehyung visits Paris, it feels as though the city pauses for him, allowing the lights to glow a bit warmer, the breeze to move a bit softer. It's as if the city knows he's there, and it wants to shine in his honor. Luxury brands have long sought figures who embody their ethos, refinement, sophistication, individuality. But Taehyung's allure goes beyond branding. He isn't just wearing fashion, he is fashion. His presence elevates everything around him. Even a simple brown shirt turns into an icon of quiet opulence when worn by him. Many fashion insiders quietly admit that Taehyung has redefined the term modern gentleman. Not the kind trapped in tradition, but one who blends classic grace with a subtle edge of rebellion. His eyes speak of poetry, his movements whisper art, and his silence, it says everything. In Paris, where every corner tells a story, Taehyung adds his own chapter, one that doesn't fade with time. Whether it's sitting by a cafe window, walking through a marble corridor, or sharing a moment with a camera, he makes everything feel cinematic. His existence seems to bridge the gap between fashion and feeling, turning fleeting moments into timeless images. Fans around the world couldn't help but dream. What if Taehyung released a photo book titled V in Paris? The idea quickly trended, and countless fan edits filled the internet, blending his real photos with artistic filters that made him look like part of a museum exhibition. In truth, if such a book ever exists, it would likely sell out in minutes. Because Taehyung in Paris isn't just a celebrity sighting, it's an experience. A meeting of two icons, the city that defines romance, and the man who defines allure. As day turned to night, and the chandeliers above him glowed softly. The photo captured more than just an image. It froze a feeling, the kind of elegance that doesn't shout but lingers. The world saw Taehyung, calm and composed, and realized once again that beauty isn't about perfection. It's about presence. Every detail, the light brushing his skin, the reflection in the mirror behind him, the people in awe around him, felt orchestrated by fate. If there were ever a modern painting of Parisian grace, Taehyung would be its subject. The media couldn't stop writing about him. Fashion blogs described him as Paris's unexpected muse. Art magazines compared his aura to classic sculptures. Even lifestyle editors who rarely cover K-pop began discussing his cultural impact, how his artistry transcends genres, how his visuals redefine global aesthetics. It's fascinating how one quiet man can stir the world so much without saying a word. That's Taehyung's power, the kind that doesn't need to demand attention, because attention naturally finds him. In an era dominated by noise, drama, and overexposure, Taehyung remains an enigma. Someone who knows that true allure lies in mystery. His silence in Paris spoke louder than any speech. His calm gaze carried stories untold. And that's what keeps fans in the fashion world entranced. People often say that art imitates life. But when it comes to Taehyung, life itself seems to imitate art. The way he moves, the way he looks at things, even the way he holds a book, all of it feels poetic. He's not trying to perform. He is the performance. And so, the phrase, Paris and Taehyung, the perfect combination, became more than a headline. It became a truth that resonated across continents. The city of elegance found its modern muse, and the world watched in AWEAS armies filled timelines with admiration. One message stood out among thousands. Taehyung doesn't visit Paris. He becomes Paris. That statement captures everything. Because when Taehyung is there, the city feels alive in a different way, softer, deeper, more meaningful. Paris, a city that has seen generations of icons, now seems to have found one of its own in him. Every glance, every photo, every heartbeat of that moment tells us one thing. Taehyung isn't just a part of fashion history. He is the history being written now.